everyone, and my name is Alicia Jackson, licensed professional counselor. Welcome to my channel. I hope that you have subscribed and of course liked this video and shared and perused my channel, as I have many videos out. I do psychoeducation, just really is education about mental health. But I wanted to, this video, talk about a treatment modality that I have come to learn about and love, which is called internal family systems. We love acronyms in the mental health field, so it's called IFS, and you might see that. And if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, you might see me use the hashtag IFS therapy or self-energy, and I'm talking about internal family systems. So I wanted to kind of let you know what IFS, or like the framework of IFS, and how we utilize it in therapy, and so you can know what to expect, as this is actually a treatment modality that has truly, for me, helped reshape how I look at clients completely, and it has really helped me as a therapist work with my clients. So I wanted to share with you guys. So how IFS works is truly, or the framework of IFS, I should say, the framework of IFS looks at truly us as individuals. We have what's called self-energy, and there are different, there's words, C words, that we use to describe what self-energy is. Some of them are confidence, compassion, curiosity, creativity, connectedness. These are part of who we are, okay? And that it lets us know when we are when we are operating in self, okay, in self-energy. And the things that get in the way of us operating in self-energy are our protectors. Now, our protectors, there's two different types of protectors, and they come and they start doing their job when we experience pain, right? So when we experience pain in life, emotional, physical pain, but it's really emotional pain for the most part, our brain is very protective. It starts a protective network on how to protect us from feeling that pain again. So an example I use, because it's one that I feel like we can all relate with. Say you're in middle school, and you are in the lunchroom, you're carrying your tray, and all of a sudden your pants fall down. Well, you know, for the rest of the school year, you're going to be known, probably for the rest of your life, through from school year to the end of high school, if you don't change schools, you're going to be known as the person whose pants fell down in the lunchroom. And they're going to make nicknames and all that. And now with social media, back in my day we didn't have that, so it was just they just tortured you when you went to school. But now they can make memes about it, people can take pictures, whatever. It is a thing. And so just imagine you're going through this experience, and so now you are developing protectors about how to not experience a situation like that again. Meaning you could have school avoidance, right? Issues like, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to school. You're anxious about that. You might be taking a longer time to get ready for school because you just want to make sure like your clothes, like you're wearing belts, you're wearing the right belt, and it takes you longer to go to school. You're starting to build up like maybe even isolation and withdrawing yourself to protect yourself from rejection. And so there's a lot of protectors that we do develop to protect ourselves from pain that show up in our lives, and they do the job. However, sometimes, and this is sometimes they do the job too well. Okay, so for an example, there's two types of protectors we talked about. The first protector is called managers. And there's different types of managers, right? But the manager's main goal is to make sure that you feel in control at all times, okay? Now, here's the caveat. We're never in control at all times, right? But that is the goal of the manager, to make sure you feel in control at all times. So an example of a manager could be being a perfectionist, right? That could be a manager. Gotta overwork, gotta push, gotta, that's a manager. Got to being a people pleaser, making sure that you are always, like, everyone in your life is always okay and pleased with everything that you're doing. That's a way that you survive and you protect yourself from rejection, from feeling abandoned, from the heartbreak of that. Okay, so those are examples of managers. The second type of protectors are called firefighters. And so firefighters happen when you experience the pain. So say you're that same person, right, who has went through the lunchroom and your pants fell down and you're like, oh, the embarrassment of it all. And then say 2 months later, you are called up to the chalkboard and your teacher asks you to complete a math problem and you get the answer wrong. That embarrassment happens again. They're laughing. It's all again. And so what a firefighter does in those moments is they try to soothe the pain. Okay? They try to soothe the pain because they're triggered from it. But firefighters, the reason why we call it a firefighter is because if you think about it, a firefighter, when they're coming to extinguish something, they are not thinking about preserving the property. They're not thinking about where are your grandmom's heirlooms or where's the thinking about those nice curtains that you just bought. No, they're just trying to extinguish the fire, and they're in the process of doing that, they damage the whole house. They damage whatever property they're trying to kill the fire. And that's kind of how those protectors work, where you're experiencing emotional pain. And so an example of a firefighter could be emotionally eating, right? Just soothing the pain. You don't care about like the long effects, right, of emotionally eating, or numbing your emotions. Sometimes, like, you just say, I don't need people, and isolate, like, and disassociate. You tell yourself that you don't need this, or this isn't happening. You kind of block out thoughts and feelings and things of that nature. And you really, what happens is you're telling yourself is that you don't need something that you do need, right? Because people are causing you pain. You say, well, I don't need anybody. And truly we all do, but that is just to soothe. That's just to soothe the pain that you are feeling from being rejected by your peers or being embarrassed with your peers. And so that pain, that emotional pain, and how we label that in internal family systems is called exiles. So exiles are places in our family system that hold pain. And the protectors, the managers, and the firefighters are protecting those places that are holding pain. Okay? And so how IFS, internal family systems, work in therapy is getting to know your system. Getting to know what are your protectors, what are your roles of your managers, getting for you to even take a view of that, and getting to understand the protector's point of view. The protector's point of view, how they came to take this job, how they feel about their job, how they feel about the system, what they feel about you as a person. Maybe they don't trust you to navigate relationships because there's something that always happens. So they got to show up and do their job to protect you from when you are in relationships. Because when you don't people please, people leave us, and we can't handle that. So we have to be there to do our job, right? So, and the goal of internal family systems is to unburden the protectors, not to get rid of the protectors, because truly the protectors are a part of you. They're a part of you. They're a part of your system, and they have done a great job of protecting you. They just also are overworked oftentimes. They don't like their job. They're like, oh, this is so exhausting. I have to always be so. So an example of a protector for a person who has experienced trauma is hypervigilance. And so they're always like on alert. Like, what's that? What's that over there? Is that harm? Is that over there? Is that Is that a problem? They're always like lurking and looking and constantly checking for if something is going to happen, because in trauma, usually what happens is something horrible happens, life-changing, unexpectedly. And so now I have to be on alert. I have to be on alert all the time, and I have to know what's happening all the time. And just think about that. Being in that state is exhausting. It's exhausting. And so protectors don't usually like their jobs because of that. And so they do want to break. They do want to soften their energy. That's kind of the language we use in internal family systems. And so we work through to see what and how we can truly unburden the system and unburden the work of the protectors and allow the person to truly engage in the world through self-energy, those C's that we were talking about: compassion and confidence and clarity and connectedness and creativity and curiosity. Those are how you are operating in self. And so through therapy, we kind of work to help the person, the client, to know when they're operating in self, and to also help them recognize that they do have self-energy, because oftentimes they feel like, I don't have clarity, I'll never know what to do, I'm confused, somebody says something and I'm like, well, maybe should I do that? I don't know what to do. And so they don't trust themselves. And so helping them to understand that help them understand that they do know they do know what's best for them. Oftentimes they just don't listen to it, and things get in the way of the clarity. And so that is in short what internal family systems is and why I love it so much. Why I love it so much is because it truly helps me as a therapist understand my clients better, and to understand that we are all trying to just protect ourselves. Well, I think if we truly understand that we are all just trying to protect ourselves, we wouldn't be so mean to each other. And so, I could go on and say a lot of things right now, but I hope you hear what I'm saying. So, thanks so much for watching. As always, again, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. We have more good stuff coming. Peruse it. Give me good feedback, as I am, I'm just a baby YouTuber as of now. It's just, this is month 3 for me. So I appreciate it. Thanks so much, and have a great month.